Hi everyone, I hope you're well. It's CoinsKid. Just going to dive into the Win token right now. Basically, before I begin, the comments and the gratitude that we're receiving across this channel is overwhelming. It's amazing. We're so grateful to those of you that appreciate those videos that we do in the channel there, and it's fantastic. And also, not only that, we're building such a good community in the Telegram group there. We're building a great team as well of admins. We've got people coming on board all the time, because obviously the group's expanding there. We do need to look into that eventually, but it's all good. It's all good. And you know, obviously people are making money here and there, and also they're learning, which is really important. So it's all good. Thank you once again for sharing the videos and the channel everywhere that you do. Have a good day. Yeah, so we're just going to dive into Win right now. As you can see, it's had that correction which we're targeting yesterday in the channel. We laid down a foundation, a level of support there. We did say it was that previous swing high, and you can see it's bouncing off it beautifully. Look at that bounce there. You know, look how good that is. The swing highs, swing lows. Remember that, okay? Really important in any of your projects that you're following, or you can actually sort of execute an entry point at those particular targets, and you can also swing high and swing low. Basically, you know, buy down here and buy on the next swing high, sell on the next swing high, and then buy on the next swing low, because that's how it works. It's swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low. It's really easy, and things work in waveforms. Okay, there's Elliott wave theory. If you want to go down that road, you can go down that road. 5 waves and then an ABC correction. There's all that sort of stuff. There's so much to learn in this, but what I bring to you is a very simplified version of what I know. Okay, because sometimes people, they can be a bit confused, and I hope that what I'm saying does make sense, and hopefully it does, because of the comments that we receive on the channel there. So it's all good. It's all good. So basically, yeah, just to simplify the process, you have swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low. Do you see that? And these are called impulsive waves. This big wave up there is an impulsive wave, and this is called a corrective wave. So at the moment, you've gone up in this sort of big impulsive wave there, okay? And then you're having this big corrective wave. You've had the corrective wave. You've found support, which is superb. But now you're starting to form a new impulsive wave, just like here. Big impulsive wave. So right now you're looking at a new impulsive wave forming, okay, for Win. At the moment, what you needed to do, okay, because you can bounce off these lower support levels, great, it shows supports, but if you start hitting your head on resistance, it means you're caught between a rock and a hard place. What you needed to do, which is confluence to the fact that you are forming a really good impulsive wave here, is you needed to break through this yellow line here, which is a 20 EMA on the 4-hourly time frame, close above it, okay, and then back test as support, because that what happens is, on the way up, resistance becomes support, and on the way down, support becomes resistance, and it's simple as that. Okay, look, so you can see it fell down here, and this resistance, this support, which was resistance down here when you got through it, it now back tests and acts as support, and that's what you want to see in an uptrend. Okay, so effectively what you've done, you've gone through this sort of thing here, right? And it just shows you how strong Win is at the moment, okay? Because to actually push that up from that bottom there, not many projects have got that in the crypto space, obviously, because Bitcoin's corrected. So at the moment, look, Win looks extremely strong, because from that bottom there, you've actually pushed up almost 43%. Okay, so that would have been a fantastic buy zone. And this is what I say to people, you know, you will catch me saying it all the time: buy the EMA retests. Okay, always buy the EMA retest, because if they hold, they're golden. Okay, and then you sell on support. So basically that's what happened. Win's come down, it's at its correction, it's bottomed out, and it's moving on up. But it's not completely out the woods yet, right? Because obviously you've got the anomaly of Bitcoin, but what it's printing right now is a very nice pattern where it's sort of going up, and you can actually target where it's running into, okay, as resistance and support. And what you need to do is bring out the Fibonacci, okay? So if you're on a keyboard, you can press Alt and F, okay, and you can actually just click it like that, and it brings, that's like a little shortcut. But for those that you don't know, what you do, you go down to, well, I've got mine in the toolbar down there, but you go to the third column down, okay, and you got that little arrow just there, and you go down to Fib Retracement. You can see I've got mine starred because I had it to my toolbar at the bottom, okay? So in the Fib Retracement there, what I'll do, I'll just drop a quick fib here like this, and I'll show you my settings, because I've had a lot of people that say, what are your settings and stuff? So just go through my settings quite quickly. So you bring it, you click it down, then you press the little cog down there. You get an extra little toolbar that pops up. You see this little toolbar just there? So you draw a little fib, and then it gives you your settings bar. So you go in there and you click the cog, okay? You go down to the cog, and they're my settings, okay? And I like to have a couple of settings. When something, this is something else I'm going to teach you as well, okay? when something that's bounced off the 20 EMA in a retracement, okay, let me just drop this down so I can explain to you. So for example, right now, okay, this corrected and it actually fell through the 20 EMA, okay, so it shows it's lost a level of support and it's bounced off the 55, which is great, it's golden, but it's going to have to work harder to retrace and make a new high. So what I do when I do my Fibonacci extension, I use the 1414, okay, which is basically more of a conservative figure, because look, if I drop the 1618 in like that, right, and then I draw it as you're supposed to draw it, I'll show you right now. So when you do this, you go from the bottom to the top, okay, so from the bottom to the top, because you've actually hit a top, okay, and this is how you do it. What you do, you've gone up, you've made a high, okay, then you fell down and you've made a bottom, and what you're doing now, you're retracing, okay, to the previous high, and as you go through, you're going to hit levels of resistance, but once you get through them, your Fibonacci extension shows you where potentially the next impulsive wave is going to, okay, and it really is that simple. And 9 times out of 10, these are bang on the money, okay, bang on the money, in a really strong impulsive wave where you've gone up and you've effectively done something like this, where you've gone up and you bounced off to 20, gone up, bounced off to 20, gone up, bounced off to 20. The next impulsive wave is usually the 1618, but when you start losing the EMAs, okay, it's harder to push up and you're up against it more. You actually run into a harder level of resistance because you've had to get through the 20 EMA and back test the support and march on and get through these levels of resistance. I always do target the 1414, okay, as the next impulsive wave up, and that's basically it. That's basically it. So effectively, you know what you do, you've gone up in a high, you made a high, and then you've made a bottom, and now you're starting to retrace. That might be a little bit high just there. Just move up a little bit. It's a little bit high off that bottom. That's it. And always try and get it on your wicks as well, okay. If you don't do that, get on your wicks on your 4 hourly, okay, and that gives you a full picture of what's going on. You can see right now what WIN is doing as it's retracing. It's running into resistance, which is perfectly normal, and you do want to see that, okay, because if it would start to go up in a massive body of volume, it means that you're potentially looking at a bit of a fake out, and then you'll start to see a massive wick down and the body will start to come down and close back below the EMAs. That's just another lesson for you. So what it's doing now is healthy, okay, it's moved up, it's had that nice body there that's pushed up the breakout that it needed. You could potentially see a little bit more volume, to be honest with you, just there. There just needs to be a little bit more volume in the trading activity just there, okay? Because that's indicative of sort of fake out. So do keep an eye on that. What you do want to see is confluence. Is it backtest this yellow line, which is 20 EMA on a 4 hourly time frame, backtest it, bounce off it as support, because you can see where that is now. That's the 0382, okay? You see how this Fibonacci tool's amazing, okay? It's one of the best tools that you can bring up in your charts. Okay, so I'll just click on it again just to make sure you got the right settings, okay? Just follow them settings. Fib retracement, style. You don't need to worry too much about the coordinates and visibility. So you have these settings, the ones that I've got in there, okay, like that. And then obviously they're your extensions. You see when I untick them, it doesn't show your extensions. Okay, so again, remembering when it's fell below and it's coming up against resistance, had to get through the EMAs, and you're looking at another impulsive wave, always target the 1414, okay? Right, that's a conservative target. But if you're in a really massive super uptrend where it's just really bullish continuation, you're bouncing off the yellow line, which is 20 EMA, target the 168. Okay, so it's simple as that. So at the moment, I'm targeting the 1414 because it's a conservative measurement for the next impulsive wave. Okay, and you could see potentially it's not that great a high than there. So what you do need to see, just again to confirm, is you do need to see WIN backtest. This is support now, okay, because that's what happens. Like I said to you, resistance becomes support, support becomes resistance, and it's simple as that. So it's pushing up, backtesting support, and it's marching on. And you can see right now, and we do target this and do full transparency with you in the channel here, this is the hardest target to get through, okay. Sometimes you see a rejection there and it rolls over and it goes back down to the EMAs there, but if you get through there, okay, you will push on and you'll get through this level here, which is called the golden ratio, 0618, and that is basically, if you can get through that, it's basically a ticket to Mars, a ticket to that impulsive wave actually forming, and with that you would take out that high and you would march on and you would look at that appreciation there for WIN. So do target them levels, do keep an eye on them levels, because you can see it's adding, it's confluence in itself that it's hitting. This is resistance, okay, so you may potentially that little pullback, trade in between in and out here until we can see a bit more volume come in, okay. You can see the MACD's looking relatively healthy. You've got the histogram which is tailing off, starting to look bullish, you almost forming a bullish cross there on the 4 hourly time frame, which if that actually does form a bullish cross on them lines on the MACD like this, okay, that's like a massive signal, a buy signal, and you potentially see the volume come in, a big body of volume, which will push you through this, okay, because that's what you need. You need the momentum and the power to get through this 0.5. That's the hardest level in a retracement to get through, okay. So do keep an eye on those levels, but it's looking good, and obviously if it was to break down, then you do know you break down targets which we've given you in the channel, and obviously it's Bitcoin, isn't it? Bitcoin is the anomaly, really. It could break down at any point and just ruin the show. So do keep an eye on a Bitcoin. But yeah, so far so good. You do want to see that back test there, and it looks like it's coming for it. Look, it's asking for it. That little bit back test of the 20 EMA and the 4 hourly time frame, which is creeping up as well. And this is another thing I want to explain to you. Is this EMA creeps up like this, it actually forces the back test, and it forces it into sort of busting out, because effectively what you got going here, the longer this trades, the more you're going to form this sort of pattern, right, which is an ascending triangle, which is effectively a bullish continuation pattern where you break out and then you test the next level and then get through, and then you start to fall the full retracement there. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that update. I will post another update tomorrow for you on Win. Do take care, stay strong, stay tuned, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.